Now, a country can only be as good as its economy. If the economy of a country is thriving, then everything else will thrive. This government, as we speak, inherited an economy that was collapsing. And it will take a lot of efforts and a lot of time to be able to reconstruct the economy of this country. It is on record that a lot of money was lost in the other regime. And I thank the current president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for the efforts that he is taking to be able to resuscitate the economy. I know it is not easy. There are a lot of expectations. Our people are anxious. In terms of, we have the highest rate of unemployment in this country. In fact, in this region, it is hitting. It is at currently. It is at almost 70%. Those who are unemployed in this country, and that is the biggest challenge that I think the current president and the current government has in solving the issue of unemployment in this country. We thank the president in terms of measures he has taken to restore the economy, the issue of subsidy of fertilizer. He has also given a lot of confidence that he believes in the rule of law. He believes in our judiciary. He believes in the legislative arm. That is why, as Parliament, we feel that we are not being twisted by the executive, like what happened in the previous regime. We believe that there is no twisting. Number two, you saw the other day in this Parliament that the President sent a memorandum to this Parliament requesting Parliament to amend the Constitution on 4 key areas. One is in respect to amend the Constitution to have the office of the Leader of Opposition created. That cannot happen anywhere in this world, where a sitting president wants to empower the Leader of Opposition. In my own opinion, that is a step in the right direction, so that we can be able to have an opposition that can be able to check the excesses of the government. Number two, you remember also the president talked about the 2/3 gender rule. I mean, not many other presidents or not many other governments believe in that principle. So we believe that through the goodwill of the executive, this Parliament will pass a law that will be able to amend the Constitution to cater for the 2/3 gender rule. Also, the issue of development, CDF, GAF, Parliamentary Oversight Fund. The President requested us that we amend the Constitution to be able to anchor CDF, the GAF, and the Senate Oversight Fund, so that we can be able to entrench devolution in this country. Finally, on the issue of amending the standing orders so that the CSS can be able to appear before Parliament. I can tell you, my friend, that currently as we speak, we have a lot of challenges in this house in terms of getting direct contact or direct response from the executive. Currently, the form that we are having here is you ask questions to a chair of a committee, the chair again asks the same question to the CS, so the CS can be able to answer that question, and the chair responds for the House. That is a tragedy, because we do not have time or room as parliamentarians to be able to cross-examine the CSs before the floor of the House. So I think, my brother, that proposal to amend the standing orders to have the CS appear before the House is a perfect proposal, and as a member of Parliament, I support that proposal 100%. At the committee level, we have been able to have a level-headed engagement in those committees. Actually, at the committees, there is no opposition, there is no government. We have agreed as the government that so that we can be able to have a productive country, a productive economy, an engagement that will be able to help Kenyans, we shall be able to, even us in government, we shall be able to check the government just like those who are in opposition, so that our oversight role is not compromised by the fact that we're in government. A constituency like Tiati benefits from the marginalization fund, and a constituency like Marakwet East and Marakwet West, which near borders Tiati, do not benefit from that equalization fund. So for purpose of equality, we will try to push for that equalization fund so that we can be at the same level of development as other counties, because we are left out, in development. Number two, we also have interests of the marginalized, person with disability, the elderly. You've seen last week there was a motion before this house on the elderly in this country, because they have been neglected. What the law requires, the Social Protection Act that caters for the elderly and those who are a bit disadvantaged, was that they are supposed to get some stipend from the government. If you are if you have hit the age of 65 in Kenya, you are supposed to begin a monthly stipend of around 2,000 shillings. But the authority that was charged with that has not been able to register the elderly. So in this house, we passed a resolution that authority commences the process of registering the elderly, and they be given their money using a digital platform. Why should the elderly who are 70 years, 80 years, 90 years go and queue in a bank to receive 2,000 shillings? So we have said, so that we avoid such kind of marginalization, let the government use a digital system to send money to the M-Pesa or any other form of digital economy. Number two, PWDs. Those are people who have suffered in this country. Personally, as a member of parliament, I have taken an initiative. I have approached the CEO of National Council for Persons with Disability. I have used my own money to have those people registered, because unfortunately that body has not been fully funded to be able to register and issue cards, the disability cards, to those who are disabled in this country. And personally, as an MP, I have taken an initiative, and we shall be allocating them more funds so that they can be able to facilitate. In the Roman Empire, there was the governor of Rome one day sent someone called Julius Caesar to the battlefield, to a battle called Phoenicius II. So when Julius Caesar went to the battlefield, he went for the conquest. When he came back, the governor of Rome asked Julius Caesar, how was the conquest? Julius Caesar answered in 3 words. He said, Vini, Vidi, Vici. Meaning, I went, I saw, and I conquered. So I want to be remembered in the history of this country like Julius Caesar. I want to serve diligently, so that when I'm asked in the next 100 years, when in the next 100 years, when history is written, they will say, Vini, Vidi, Vici, that Wakili Timothy Kipchumba, the MP of Marakwet West, went to parliament, he went, he saw, and he conquered. I think those are the kind of the legacy that I want to leave. And of course, in terms of legislation, I've also initiated legislations here that are pending. The other week, I moved a notice of motion to have, I think that may interest you. Next week, I shall be prosecuting that motion, a motion that seeks to create a fund for cancer in this country. We want to create a fund for purpose of prevention, control, and treatment for cancer. My brother, there is absolutely no reason why our people in this country should die out of cancer for lack of medicine, for lack of treatment, yet we have a functional government. In other jurisdictions, cancer is treated for free. Early detection, there is control, and then treatment for cancer in other jurisdictions is free. So I have brought that motion before this house. I shall be prosecuting next week. I've asked members of parliament to support me so that cancer can be treated for free in this country. Many people have suffered. In fact, according to the statistics, 133 people die every day. 99 people are diagnosed every day. And that is a tragedy that we have. I believe that that fund, the creation of that fund will solve that issue once and for all.